guys, you got a scenario here. I'm going to show you how to build a transition, okay? So let's start in a real life scenario here where you would be building something. So let's say you have a furnace that's going to an electronic air cleaner, but they're not the same size, okay? You need 16 inches width by 20 depth for your furnace, and your electronic air cleaner is 20 by 20. Now, some of you are going to go, well, why don't you just use a 16 by 20 electronic air cleaner? Well, you don't get enough airflow in a 16 by 20 for some systems. So, and it's better to have a larger filter area. So this is for the sake of a video. So let's continue here. So what we want to do, usually you want your height to be more than what your difference in widths are. For the sake of this, it'll be a nice smooth transition is we'll go 8 inches tall, okay? So yeah, 20 by 20 to 16 by 20 by 8 inches tall. So how do we map this out? So what we do is we go over to our stretch out, which is what pieces of metal you're going to use to make this. And I'm doing it in 4 sides. Now some guys, you could do it in 3 sides. I don't have the equipment to do that, so I do these all in 4 sides, okay? So that's what we're doing. First thing you'd want to do is, let's say if you were giving this to a sheet metal shop, is you'd tell them, we don't want that in there, you'd tell them FOB and FOR, okay? So we're flat on back and we're flat on the right side, okay? We're actually flat on the front too, but as long as they know that and they know these dimensions are the same, that's always going to be flat. So you could do FOB, FOR, and FOF, but usually you're going to have the 2 values there. If you have flat sides, in a video, I will show you how to do a 4-way offset too. But let's start with the basics. So stretch out. So these are your 4 pieces that you're going to need. Okay, your front and back are going to be 21 by 10. Now, why is that? Now, this is my way of doing it. Okay, if you have a real Pittsburgh machine, you'd be adding 1 inch to each side for the Pittsburgh, and then 1/4 for your other side to go into the Pittsburgh. Mine is 1.5 inches and half. So why is the front and back 21 by 10, even though it's 20 and 16 and this is 8? Well, we're going to have what's called a hem and flange on the bottom. It's a half flange for you to screw your fitting down. Okay, on the top side, we're going to have a 1 inch in to accept our electronic air cleaner. So you add 1 inch here and 1 inch there to your 8, to your 8 inch gives you your 10, and then 21 is because we're going to have a half on this side. This one's going to be more. I'll show you in a second. So there's your 21 by 10 for your front and back. So your right side is going to be 23 by 10. Why is that? Okay, it's 20. So same difference. We have the hem and flange. We have the 1 inch in to accept your air cleaner. So why is this 23? Because this is our Pittsburgh side. I'm adding 1.5 inches here and 1.5 inches there, okay? Now, give me a second here and we'll get to this one. We don't have to make these first and just measure this. We can do the math to figure that out and do it without having to build these first. We'll have our full 4-side stretch out. Let me show you that here in a sec. All right, so for those of you that failed math in high school or junior high or whatever it may be, this may not be for you, but I like this kind of stuff. So what I put here, so we have our right-hand side is 23 by 10. Our left, I put 23 by unknown, but I did figure it out. It's going to end up being 10 and 15 sixteenths. Let me show you why. So we have this formula. It's called the Pythagorean theorem, okay? It's... It's 3, 4, 5. So we have 8 that way, and then we have 4 there. So we need to find, 8 that way, 4 that way. So we need to find out what that is. Now you could do the 3, 4, 5 and find numbers that are congruent with that. That are 3, 4, 5 that would work with 4, 8, and then x. But we're going to do it a different way. There's another formula for the Pythagorean theorem. 8 squared plus 4 squared equals x squared. So what's 8 squared? 64. What's 4 squared? 16 equals our x squared. 80 equals x squared. That means 80 equals, and the square root of 80, which is what we're looking for, is 8.944279191. We're not doing that. Or 118th out of 125. We're not going to do that. That's not on your tape measure. We're going to go 8 and 15/16 plus your 2 inches for your hem and flange, and your 1 inch in. So that's where we get our 10 and 15/16 from. So I did all the math. Now let's get our pieces cut, and I'll show you how we prep those. Okay guys, we got our usual suspects here. Sorry about my table. My daughter brought her chocolate milk out here one night and left it, and some reason I think it was on a frozen night in the wintertime, and it blew up and whatever. I had to search for my marker too. If I had a dime for every marker I lost, I'd have a lot of dimes. So red snips, bench snips, Andy snips is what I call them, your marker, and then your bench ruler. This is a 3-footer, and then obviously that awesome break over there, which I just love. So first thing we want to do is, so you remember our pieces, right? So we got 2 at 21 by 10, and then we got 1 at 23 by 10, and then we got 1 at 23 by 10 and 15/16. Sorry, I had to glance over there. So what I would do, since this is a 3-foot width piece of metal, is I'll probably just cut my 10, 10, 10, and my 10 and 15/16, and then we'll worry about trimming them off that way. So let me get these marked up and cut. All right, I got my 10, 10, 10, 10 and 15/16. I got my snips right here. I'm gonna get these sheared up and cut, and then we'll draw these out and cut the width side. All right, guys, got my pretty maids all in a row here. I normally don't do this, but I'm doing it. If you haven't done sheet metal very much, it's a good idea to get in this practice. I didn't cut my width yet. I'm going to do that in a second. Draw the one that's really important is this left-hand side, because it's the one that's 10 and 15/16. But go L, left, right, F for front, B for back. Then you won't mix them up, okay? It's just a good practice to get into. I don't do it anymore because I can usually keep track of stuff. But as I'm getting older, I don't as well. So maybe I should start doing it again. All right, let's ck the ends off, and then we'll show you how we mark these up. All right, guys, got them all cut up. Back 21 by 10, front 21 by 10, right 23 by 10, and our left, that's the one that's going to be slanted, 23 by 10 and 15/16. Let me, I like to start with the back, so let's mark him up, and I'll show you how and why I did it. Okay guys, I got him scribed up. Now I don't know if you can see the scribes on camera very well, but I scribed inch, inch, half, and a half. You can kind of see it, I guess. I'll do the next one in marker so you can see it better. So we're going to go ahead and notch our corners, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I went ahead and marked this one for you with my marker just so I can show you what I'm doing here. So remember what I said earlier is this is our 1 inch. It's going to be a 90° to accept our air cleaner, right? Because that's the top side. This is the bottom side. This is going to be our hem and flange. And what I mean by that is, so this is going to hem in a 1/2 inch. Then we're going to flip it over, and then that flange will come out like this, out. That gives us something to screw it down to the air handling unit, furnace, whatever it may be. I'm going to go ahead and put my harness on. I'm going to show you guys a first-person view of how I bend this up. I'll probably show you this one. I won't bore you with this one because it's going to be the same exact. I won't bore you with this one. Well, yeah, I won't bore you with this one. It's going to have the Pittsburgh on it, which will be different. I have it in other videos. I showed you how to do it, but I'll show you again. And then I'll probably put the harness back on for that piece for you. So I can give you a first-person view of how we fold that one up, because that's the one that's going to be at a slant on the left side. So I'll be right back. All right, let's go take this over to the break. I wish I could get this to zoom out more for you guys, but we'll do the best we can here. So let's see. So first thing you want to do is do your cross break like usual. So get her down in there. You're going to get that corner in right between your notches. Right between your notches on the other side. Bring it down. And then you're going to fold that just to give it a little bend on it. And then we're going to do the opposite corner. So you want to put that one in like so. And then that one in like so. And then bend that up. Next step is we want to do our half-inch out first, and I'll show you why in a second. So, God, I wish I could get this thing to, there we go, that's better. So you're going to take we're going to do our 3 sides first. Hold on a second. So we're going to do our half here. Okay. Fold that up. Okay. Then we're going to take our 1 inch that's going to accept our air cleaner flange. So you can screw your air cleaner to your fitting. So we're going to get that in there. Sorry about the camera work, guys. We'll see how this turns out. And then bend that up to a 90 degree. Like so. And then we're going to do our other half-inch side. See that? Real good camera work, I know. Okay. So there's what we got, guys. So we got our 1 inch, and then we got our half-inch on either side, okay? Now we're going to do this one. Now, first thing we got to do, though, is we got to flatten these down. So I got to go grab my tongs real quick. If you flatten these down so we can get it in the brake to do our hem and flange. Let me show you that. Okay, guys, back over to the table here so I can flatten these sides out. So all you're going to do is just take your half-inch there and just bend that first little part of it back over flat. Okay, and then the other side, do the same thing. Bend that back over flat. Now we can get it in the brake and we can do our hem and flange. So let's go over and do that. And what we're going to do is start off with your inner portion first. Get it in there. Okay. And you're going to bend that over all the way that your brake will go. And you're just going to stick it back in there and you're going to flatten that down. So my brake will cooperate with me. Sorry guys, it's a lot harder to do with this harness on, but I'm trying to get you some shots here. So bend that down all the way flat, all the way. Put your brake all the way down. And you're going to flip it over. You're going to find your line. That's why you put this 1 inch line on the back side. Get that in there. And then you're just going to bend that up straight. Okay. Then what we do, so here's what you got now. There's your screwing flange to go onto the furnace or air handling unit. And then what we're going to do is go back, let's take the tongs, and we'll bend these back over 90 degree like they were. Alright guys, so there's your back piece. So like I was saying, I came back and I bent those back. So there's your, let me put it the right way for you. So there's your screwing flange, your hem and flange. There's your 1 inch end except the air cleaner, so that's going to sit on your furnace just like that. So let's make the right hand straight side and we'll make the front. I won't bore you with that because it's just like these. And then we'll make the curved piece. All right. Okay, guys. So I screwed up. This actually needed to go down to 16 here. So let's make this our. So I don't have to remake something. Let's make this our. We'll make this our right-hand side. Sorry about the confusion. We'll make this our right-hand side, which will work just fine. And I'll just have to make the Pittsburgh on the... see, is that going to screw us up? No, that won't screw us up. I'll just have to make the Pittsburgh on the other side. So, is what it is. We'll just have to cut a couple of the pieces down. So, that's what we'll do. Sorry, guys. We'll get it fixed. Alright guys, so I got us fixed back up here. So I converted that to be our right hand side there. So that'll work out fine. And then this will be our back now. And then I'll cut that one down to 21 by 10 and 15/16. That'll be our left hand side. And then I'll just have to remake our front. I'll have to make another 23 by 10 out of some scrap. So got her covered. Let's continue on. So I want to show you how I do our Pittsburgh side. So we have our 1.5 inch, and then our 1 inch, which is, you know, our hem and flange here. I need to draw another line here for you. So that'll be our hem and flange, and then our 1 inch for the air cleaner. Flip this over. You want to draw your 1.5 inch line because when we put it on our brake, this is the side that we're going to hammer. So you need to have that line, know where to put that into your brake. So I'll show you that in a second. Let's get this notched up, and we'll go over to the brake. All right, guys, so I got that piece cross broken. Now what you're looking at is you're looking at the back side, okay? That's why we drew that line on the back side. So then what I did is I stuck it in the brake, clamped it down at my 1.5 inches. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your rubber mallet like so, beat that all the way down flat. I gave up on my harness, it sucks, okay? So all the way flat. Then you're gonna take your brake here and you're gonna bend that all the way as far as you can, okay? Then you're going to take your rubber mallet again and hammer it down all the way as far as you can, okay? Then, let's see if I can do this with one hand. You're going to pull that out like so, okay? Then you're going to try to slide that underneath your brake. There we go. Hard to do with one hand, but I got it. Then you're going to smash that down. Not too much because you want to be able to get your metal in there for your pocket. All right. And what you end up with is a perfect Pittsburgh. Okay. Let me do the other side, and then I already showed you how to bend the hem and flange and the 1 inch over. So I'm going to prep this up, and I'll be back once I have all 4 sides for you, and we'll do some assembly. All right, guys, we got our 4 pieces here. Our sides. I'm sorry, our sides and our front and back and front. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was screwing this one up when I was doing the video. That's what happens when you try to do videos and work at the same time. I had to fix this one because I had them already bent with both sides being 20, but remember we're doing 16 on the bottom. I was able to pry it out. I got it fixed. It'll be fine. You know, if it was going to be like exposed and I wasn't wrapping it or something, I would redo this because that's kind of messy looking. But this is the front actually, like that. So, you know, I like making mistakes. What I always tell people is, you know, that's why I'm so smart, because I make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, let's do some assembly. I'll show you what this looks like finished. It'll look sweet. Before we assemble, guys, I just want to show you something. So on the side, the part that's going to be at a slant, what you want to do is bend it all the way over in your brake. See how that's not perfectly 90? It's actually over. It's because that piece is going to be laying like that, and you want that you know, level. So same with your hem and flange on the bottom. Just want to show you that. All right, let's hammer this together. I'll show you what the finished product looks like. All right, guys, and there you have it. So, you know, if you want to know how to make this stuff, keep watching my videos. I'll get more in depth if you guys want me to. I always say that. But, I mean, look at those seams, guys. No Pittsburgh, but it looks like a Pittsburgh. So, you know, if you ever need to build a field transition, you can do it with basic stuff. Like I said, that brake is cheap. All these hand tools are cheap. No reason to be doing S-lock corners or anything. Do anything where you need to use screws. All you need is your do the proper seam and your hammers. So yeah, she's ready to go on top of the furnace. Nice 20 by 20 by 5 Honeywell F100 there. So yeah, let me know if you guys like these videos. If you like it when I build this stuff. I know I screwed up a couple times. That's fine by me. I like screwing up. That's what, you know, you got to screw up before you can be perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. I know there's a couple guys that like to comment on my channel that they think I'm perfect, and there couldn't be anything further from the truth. I make mistakes every day, but I know how to fix them. That's what separates me from somebody learning. You know, I'm here to help. If you're learning and you screw something up, ask me and I will help you, because I know how to fix my mistakes. I've been doing this long enough. So if you guys like these videos, let me know again, and thanks for watching. I really like doing this for you.